What it do, everybody? It's your boy LG from Where There's Smoke. Gonna do kind of maybe a shorter stream today, maybe a 30 or 45-minute stream. Probably just gonna do the one topic. I did want to cover the Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz thing, but I haven't had time to really kind of review it yet. It's a bit long for me to try to watch the whole thing here. It's probably like an hour and how long is it? It's at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's 2 hours. So if I try to pause it here and there, give my takes and break it down, it'll probably end up being like a 3 hour stream. So I'm trying to keep the streams shorter, not even longer. So I'll probably pick out some key points from that, hit it with y'all soon. But anyway, today we're gonna go over the fact that Mexican OT said that, or he got asked a question about him saying the N word in his music and just in his personal life, and everyone kind of has an opinion about it, has something to say, and a lot of people are kind of reprimanding him and chastising him and telling him why he's wrong and why he can't say it and all this kind of shit. And I'm just gonna kind of give my take. I'm not gonna fall in with the crowd. I'm gonna give y'all the raw and what I see is the real, and give y'all my take and usually a different perspective. And yeah. So I'm gonna check the audio and video as always, and then we'll hop into it. Y'all give me about a minute and we'll get to it. Kick, check, check. 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 Check, check. Kick, check, check. Check, check. Kick, check, check. They used to never happen. Kick, check, check. They used to never happen. Kick, check, check. Oh shit. They used to never happen. Kick, check, check. Oh shit. They used to never happen. Kick, check, check. Oh shit. They used to never happen. Kick, check, check. And that is annoying as balls. 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 Just let that cycle out real quick. Boy, that was. It's happening again. Oh, because Kick's still open. Well, I'm a dumbass. All right. Yeah, I used to be able to do a sound check without it echoing out like that. So I need to figure out what's up with that. Um, we should be good now though. Yeah, I need to. Maybe I'll have a test stream here soon, and kind of get that ironed out. Hold on. And that is annoying as balls. Just let that cycle out real quick. Boy, that was. It's happening again. All right, Rumble check. Just let that cycle out real quick, boy. All right, Rumble check. All right, cool. All right, cool. YouTube check. YouTube. YouTube sound check. Come on. Oh, the site's muted. Okay, let me see. I'm an idiot. All right, we'll see if it should come through soon, and then we'll get into it. Oh, the site's muted. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So everything's sounding good. Let me kind of pull up some reaction videos to this, and we'll kind of get into it. I guess let me pull up the original video that is sparking the debate. Okay. Boom. There we go. All right, let's get into the video if y'all haven't seen it, and then we'll kind of do the reaction.
Say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I wish there was some black dudes in here.
There are.
Right there. And there's one right here. Not.
Okay, well, we're gonna use him. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family. And it's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody out black, I mean, it was shit. It's what the fuck I was surrounded by, you know? Like, I respect people that they feel that way, and that's why I try to shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
But if you're from where I'm from, or anywhere, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Do you feel like you could
What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Because I do feel, and I could be wrong. I'm not tough. I'm not trying to play the hard man, the thug man, as the homie Tyler would say. I ain't gotta play the thug man. But a lot of people that like to talk and voice their opinion, and I'm one of these people. But a lot of these people that like to talk, I'm one of the people that like to talk and voice my opinion. But I'm not what I'm about to say. A lot of people like to talk and voice their opinion, act like they're hard enough to they're gonna press you if they see you. And I'm kind of like Mexican OT. I don't really believe that. Now, will some of them? Yeah. But most of the hardcore dudes, they're not on camera. So take that however you want to take it.
say the N-word?
Okay, so we saw the original video that kind of got everything jump started. And now let's watch a reaction from Sauce Walka. And I've seen this is just a reaction from someone real big in Texas and obviously a black man, so he can speak on it and have that kind of backing him up. But a lot of people online, I've seen several different people. I've seen some YouTube reaction channels that I feel like are just trying to chase clout off of saying, oh, Mexican OT, you can't say that. You know, blah, 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 blah. You, for whatever reason they had. I didn't even watch it because I just think that's lame, and I don't agree with that point of view. And I'm going to get into a little bit more why when I kind of, as I watch this video, and we'll kind of reference back to the things that Mexican OT said. I'll kind of put in my opinions, but a lot of these people that are telling him he can't say it, I feel like they just have his name in their mouth trying to get some clout. And I mean, that's my video's title on this topic, so I can get some clout or whatever and get some more views and kind of go with what's current and trending. But I just think these people are really just trying to appeal to a lower level of thing and just trying to say the thing that's popular with a large crowd. And many people are probably not going to say the things I'm going to say, but they're going to say, oh, you can't say it because that's a popular, that it might not be the only popular opinion, but there's two opinions probably. Oh, there's no problem with saying it, which I guess I am going to fall more into that category, but not totally. But the other popular opinion is, oh, you can't say that. And I feel like that's kind of played out. And like I said, I'm going to kind of get into why I feel like that in a little later. But let's listen to kind of what Sauce Walka has to say. And shout out to Trey 600. Y'all go subscribe to him on YouTube. He's a local Austin cat. So I always want to support local guys and kind of spread the love locally. So y'all go support and subscribe to Trey 600. He's kind of a, or not kind of, he's a hip hop news channel local to Austin. So y'all go support him.
say, man, it is Wednesday. I hope y'all having a blessed day out there. I hope you getting to your money young, getting to your fun youngs. I hope you spending time with your family, man. And I'm gonna tell you this, make sure you do something for somebody else less fortunate than you are. God has blessed us all, and we need to pay that all the way back. Now, our story today is coming all the way from Houston, Texas. We got Sauce Walka calling out Mexican
All right,
OT
it's Sauce Walka, not Sauce Walker. He thinks he's bad with that.
for saying that he will fight people over using the N-word, over him using the N-word during the Angela Yee interview, and we're gonna break this whole situation down. Now, if you've been sleeping under a rock, Sauce Walka, Houston innovator, you know what I'm saying, young Houston legend, been going crazy. Well, he is a post on the culture. He always speaks on different things that be going on, and especially in his city. Well, Mexican OT, he goes to Angela Yee, and he does an interview. They ask him a question about him using the N-word in his music and in his life. Mexican OT, he definitely showed love, and he was saying that he grew up and he is a part of the culture, you know. But he also says that, hey, is there any men in the room? Well, if they got a problem, do something. Do something about it. And a lot of people took that a certain way. A lot of people spoke on it. And then Sauce Walka, he got word, and people...
I almost felt like Mexican OT wanted a black man to be there so that he wasn't just saying that and acting tough in a bunch of front of women. I know that got took the wrong way. We can go back to... Let's go back to that video now and kind of play it back right now to kind of contrast.
Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
He did when he said, "Is there any black dudes in the room?" He didn't get all amped up and hyped like, "Oh, is there any black dudes here? Who's gonna test me?" Like, I've seen that energy when someone's getting hyped up because they know no one is there to test them, and I didn't catch that energy from him at all. So I've seen lames that are only being tough because they know there's weak beta dudes around, or they know there's only chicks around, and they know they can act out a character because there's no one to test them. I could be wrong. But my point of view, I didn't catch that energy from him at all. It was almost like, I don't even want to say this unless there's a black dude around so that it doesn't seem like I'm acting tough. And his voice didn't change. His energy didn't change. He stayed real cool and humble. So let's just watch that again and see if y'all agree or y'all disagree. And y'all get in the comments and let me know. This channel's about discussion. It's about pushing back on people's opinions and getting it back and forth and a good dialogue. And I'm willing to be open-minded to be proved wrong as always. So y'all let me know what y'all think.
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I wish there was some black dudes in here.
See?
There are. Where
behind you. And there's one right here. Not.
Okay, well, we're gonna use him. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up...
That's right. It's like, is it really that much of a problem that you want to fight me over it? And I have more to say about that, but let's what?
Fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family. And it's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody out black, I mean, it was shit. It's what the fuck I was surrounded by.
Up, and he had a lot to say, and he was just definitely speaking on Mexican OT, saying like, hey bro, you know you dead wrong for that. You wrong for saying that. Just because in Houston and that type of culture, and just other cultures, like, hey, if you go to a room full of, you know, real street guys and you say something like that, somebody's gonna call you on that. Somebody will do that. So don't pick and choose. And he was also just saying that he rocks with Mexican OT, that is his brother, but you know, you just can't say things like that because, you know, some people, they fight for anything. You know, they'll fight for any reason. So when you shoot stuff to the sky, you shoot stuff to the air, people ain't rocking with that. But y'all let me know. We gonna get to the content and we gonna be right back.
I don't think anyone that was there, they would have felt his energy, and there might have been some wild cat that would have tested him, but I think most people would have felt his energy and be like, all right, he said he grew up fighting with them, loving with them, pause, doing bad with them, just always around the culture and always around black people, and it was used and thrown around. He felt like it's all love, so he's not doing it from a place of negative. And then he's like, he almost didn't even want to get into it because he wanted there to be a black male there to almost like be not co-sign what he's saying, but be like a barometer for like, okay, is he getting out of line? Like, I will say something. or maybe it doesn't have to get physical, but I will check him if I feel like what he's saying is wrong or out of line. He wanted a black male to be there to kind of be a barometer and keep a pulse on how on what he was saying. And so I kind of feel like that was almost more of a even more of a little bit of a respect thing, and I think that's how it was received from the person that was there. So everyone now that wasn't there is trying to take it in a negative way and get all hyped up and amped up and taking it in a negative route. But it's like, do y'all really do black people and specifically black hip hop artists, do y'all not want more and more people to embrace y'all's culture and like y'all's music and celebrate what y'all do? I feel like when y'all make this a hard point issue, you're not building any friends with amongst the other races. I feel like this is a chance for y'all to build the bridge, and instead y'all like closing off the bridge and be like, nah, like if you're gonna say the N-word all the time in your music in a non-offensive way, then if I'm a white guy and I'm singing along to your song, I just gotta not sing that lyric. It's a little cheesy. It's like I'm a man too. I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm not trying to hard R it out here. I'm not trying to like offend anybody. I'm not hateful towards any race. Like I think people get that energy off of you, off of me, and but anyone that's around, people can read your energy pretty well. And I think it's just wild to me that it's so prevalent in the music and the culture. And I think all black artists, they want everyone's money and they want fans of every race to embrace them, and they have no problem taking your money. But then, oh, it's like you're a fan, but stay at arm's length because we'll take your money, but you're not really part of the culture. It's like, is that not a? I feel like if you apply that to, that train of thought to other things, and I'm trying to think of another example, but I feel like that's like white people that love to eat Mexican food but are racist towards Mexicans. It's like, okay, you want the good part of the culture, but you don't want the you don't take it all. You don't take the good, you don't take it all. You're like, oh, I like Mexican food, but the Mexicans could get deported. It's like, that's the racist white people that are like fucked up, and they categorize their racism. And they're like, you know, they'll talk shit and they'll be pro ICE and all this hate, but then they'll go to a Mexican restaurant or they have no problem banging out a Mexican chick. It's like it doesn't make sense. So this might not be a perfect parallel, but it's like, if the N-word is going to be used so much in music, and it's almost never used, well, it's used all kinds of ways in music, but most times I would say it's not used to like degrade somebody. It's just used real freely in music. But then you want other races to enjoy your music and celebrate your music and appreciate it and come out to concerts and spend their money. But it's like, oh no, like we only want you the way we want you. We don't want you totally to embrace us. It's like, stay over there. So that might not be the best example, but that's how I feel about it. And I feel like instead of this being something we can all just like come together, and the more the word gets used in a non-hateful manner with the A ending and not the ER ending, I think the more it gets used like that, the more you're taking the negative power out of the word. But when you keep emphasizing on, oh, y'all can't say it because all this, you're like, you're digging up feelings of resentment. You're focusing on a negative aspect of it, and you're giving the word negative power again. So that's my opinion on it. Again, y'all get in the chat now, or if y'all see this rebroadcast later, y'all get in the comments and tell me if you think I'm wrong, and tell me why. But that's just my thoughts on it. But anyway, let's see what Sauce Walka has to say.
Hey man, kid that did Sauce Walka. I did an interview last night. Shout out to my boy. There's a project. He'll be dropping some. The subject at hand, Mexican OT. See, now at first when I was speaking on what I was speaking on, I was only talking about the shit I seen on Say Cheese with the girl and all that on Say Cheese. My bro Denzel showed me the interview and showed me exactly verbatim what Mexican OT said on the interview on the podcast with all the women. OT, you wrong, ho. I'm gonna tell you why you wrong, but I'm gonna tell you why you wrong.
He's gonna call Mexican OT a bitch and a hoe, though, right there. It's like, and I was having a discussion with Joey. Shout out Mr. Joe Games. He's taking a little hiatus from YouTube, but he's doing well. He's upgrading his personal life right now. So, but y'all go check out the YouTube channel. Show him love. And but we were talking about this a little bit, and then I was like, it's almost like the word bitch is used a lot in songs by men and by women, but that's almost like them using the word bitch, and then if I say it, they're like, oh, you can't say that. Like some people might get offended if you use it in a hateful way, but if I'm singing along to a song and I say bitch, and then a woman's like, "Oh, you can't say that because you're not a woman." It's like, what? You're okay with it in the music, but then if I say it when I'm singing along to the music, or if I say it in a like, it's kind of hard for a dude to say that in a non-degrading way, but it can be done, and that might not be the perfect parallel, but if it's in a song and we're all singing along, because I'm not a woman, I'm just supposed to skip that word. That's stupid to me. It's like if it's that bad of a word, then no one should say it. But at the end of the day, it's just a word, and I think intent is the thing that matters the most.
And you got a black brother. That's what you partially was finna get into it, but you didn't want to get into it. Know what I'm saying? You got a whole 50% black brother, nigga, that's mixed, nigga, a real little nigga that's your brother, so you should feel 100%. He should feel, a motherfucker feel what I'm saying. What about this part? I ain't with you.
How are you going to tell? Well, I guess that's what I'm doing too, but how are you going to tell another man how he should feel? That's his brother. He can feel however he wants to feel. You can voice your opinion, but for you to tell a specific person, that's your brother and he's half black, he should feel fucked up about this. Well, he doesn't. How are you going to tell another specific? I'm voicing my opinion. If you agree with me, that's fine. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But I'm not telling a specific man how he should feel. And I guess I am disputing Sauce Walka's feelings right now, so maybe I'm off with my thing, but that's why we're here. We're here to have discussions. Maybe even in the middle of me making a point, I realize I'm wrong, like I just did. So, you know, you can get real caught up in the you can get lost in the sauce sometimes.
I'm saying, can you say nigga because you grew up with us, went through all this shit with us, you love us, nigga, you been through everything that a nigga been through, so that's why you can say nigga. The problem and the issue is the fact when you say nigga in a room full of women.
No, there was at least 2 black dudes in there. So let's be truthful. When he said, "Is there even any black dudes in here?" Because if there wasn't, I feel like he wasn't going to go forward with his argument. But they were like, "Yeah, there's one right there and there's one right there." And he's like, "Okay." And so then he went forward. So don't act like his tone completely changed and he started wilding out like a crazy emotional bitch. There we go with the bitch thing. But I'm calling a dude that. I'm referring to a dude that. So you see how that can go real easily and real quickly? They're like, "Oh, you can't say the word bitch." What if I'm talking about the way a man can act when he gets emotional? So I think it's all about the intent and how you're using the word and not what you're actually saying. But anyway, he didn't get all emotional. He didn't wild out. He stayed pretty calm. And he didn't want to go forward with his argument unless there was a black male there, like I said earlier, to kind of check the pulse of it and be the barometer for how he was feeling about it. So I think Sauce Walka's off with this.
Niggas in here. Well, if it is some niggas in here, what you gonna do about it? That's where you fucked up at, brother. That's where the disrespect is. Because OT, you know, if you was
I didn't think that was disrespectful, but again, y'all get in the comments and let me know if y'all took that as disrespect. And if you really did, if you're not just buying into the hype train of the hate, but if you really took it as disrespect and you have a reasonable opinion, but I feel like everyone's just buying into the negative hype train and they're using this as a reason to divide with the Latino community. Blacks and the Mexicans, or the African Americans and the Mexican Americans, they're just dividing right now. Why? What is there any point in that? Like, well, they should be building the bridge and solidifying instead of dividing. Just my opinion.
in a room full of violent niggas from Houston, full of violent niggas.
Why do we always have to be violent? What like, isn't enough with the violence? Like, come on, man.
Myself, TSF niggas, any nigga that's really from the H like that, and we was having that conversation and you said it and that.
Violence breeds violence. So you see what happened to Say So P in Memphis? There was a bunch of violence. He did wrong. They did wrong. It just, do we want violence where people keep getting hurt and killed over like stupid shit that doesn't matter?
That way. Y'all said, because who's going to do shit about it? Nigga, it would have been 6 niggas.
Are you going to do shit about it when you see him again? Fuck no.
Raising their hand saying they want to fight you. You know that. You know how you get down in Houston. You a Texas Crip. If a nigga come up to you and say, Mexican OT, you ain't no fucking Crip. And what you gonna do about it? Nigga, you gonna want to fight about this. Niggas in
You just called them the N-word too. It's like, it's crazy, the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is off the charts and it's sickening. It's like, come on, bro. They don't see how this is just dead wrong.
the room gonna say, who ain't what squabble? And that's where the disrespect and the good part is, OT, because at the end of the day, nigga, you know there's nothing but women in that room. There's a bunch of girls in that room. It was a now violent street nigga that come from where you come from and been through what you been through, or that
They still could have disagreed. You don't have to be a violent street man or gangster, whatever you want to say, because I can't say the N-word. Obviously, people be down my throat, pause. But you don't have to be a violent person or a gang member to like just speak up and be a man and check and be like, I disagree with that. Or like, that's not cool. They could have easily said that. These people are not just total bots. So, I disagree with Sauce here.
From somewhere else that's gonna disagree with you and with that statement to the point to where they'll fight you about that or they'll do something about that. So therefore, that's what people in the general public.
Here's the thing too, Sauce. Why don't you get Mexican OT on a FaceTime and have a conversation where y'all can build the bridge and big bro him up and say, hey, I get what you're saying, but here's why I disagree. And hear what he has to say, and maybe y'all can come to an understanding, and you can that would be the big homie thing to do. And then everyone else in your community could say, all the other African Americans some of them are riding a negative wave, probably not all, but some are riding the negative part of this. It would really help them to quell them and say, hey, he got on the phone with Sauce Walka. Sauce said what he had to say. Mexican OT said what he had to say. Maybe they could find a middle ground, and it could bring a thing of unity instead of this being a thing for division, which is kind of what I'm seeing that it is right now.
Gonna take it like because you're doing something.
And by the way, if y'all didn't see, if y'all just tuning in, he referred to that Mexican OT as a hoe and a bitch at the very beginning of this little rant. So it's like, you're not okay with him saying the N-word, even if it's not in a hateful way, but then you're going to call him a bitch and a hoe, which I'm sure he didn't appreciate. So,
In the setting where people are going to consider it, where it's safe to say that right there and right there, would you possibly say that around a room full of a bunch of niggas?
I think he's been saying it. That's the whole point. He's been saying it. Who's checked him? Now it's a big issue because he said in an interview and y'all feel some type of way about it. I think some people are using it to get clout, but we just need to be careful what we do because I'm kind of beating a dead horse here, but this needs to be something that we can use to unify people and not spread the hate and the negativity and divide people. Don't we need to come together? Sounds cheesy and gay and shit and lame, but don't we need to come together now more than ever instead of just always fighting and sowing more negativity?
Though, in this heated conversation. Now, secondly, aside of the Mexican OT, I also blame these blog sites, these interviewers, these platforms. Why do y'all constantly ask?
See, but as I just said, Sauce, you're so famous. You have a platform. You could get him on FaceTime right now, and y'all could have a good 5-minute conversation and get this all straightened out. But instead, you're not doing that. You're just spreading more negativity. I blame these bloggers and this stuff. Why? They're going to ask the questions. That's their fucking job. That's their fucking job. But you're not doing your job as the big homie to put the fire out.
I know why y'all do it. Y'all do it for click views, clickbait, all that.
What is your purpose for doing this right here? We got to think.
Gotta stop asking rappers and certain celebrities these uncomfortable
just so you can seem tough and rile a bunch of people up? I mean, come on, dude.
questions and then be pissed off when you get the certain type of answer that you get, or these artists respond in an uncomfortable way because they was asked an uncomfortable question when they really came in to promote their album. They really came in to talk about their career. They really came in to talk about positive, and y'all dumping and
but also these rappers, if they're getting more and more famous, they got to be more and more media trained. And if they really don't want to answer something, they can say, I really don't want to talk about that. Next question. Or, I might address that in the future, but I really don't know how I feel. I don't really want to talk about it right now. I don't want to piss people off. You got to be ready. If you're ready to be a celebrity and make all these millions of dollars and have all these followers, you got to be more media trained and you got to be ready to be on your P's and Q's. So, he didn't have to answer that question. He could have skipped it.
pushing negative questions and negative energy down the.
You're the one pushing the negative energy right now, Sauce. Think about that.
Them on the spotlight when they trying to interview. Spin me. So that's my last sense on the shit, cause I ain't know, and I still don't give. But I'm gonna tell. All I'm gonna say is this: everything is about love and respect. When you do it, and
if you didn't give a fuck, you wouldn't made this video.
And it's not out of love, or you trying to be too tough, then that's where it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta earn that toughness, brother. So I'll tell you, I love you. If you mad at me, I don't give a. I'm just telling the truth.
Are you gonna check him when you see him? You better keep that energy, Sauce. You're just doing a lot of talking for nothing right now and hyping a lot of other people up and causing damage. You're not really about that. You're not gonna fight him when you see him. Get the fuck out of here.
And that's what's real, blood. Just like I say all that other shit I said about niggas and misses and get on niggas' ass, I will get on your ass like I get on anybody's ass. wrong for that hoe. You wrong.
He just called him bitch and a hoe. He ought to beat your ass when he sees you. That's what I think.
The interviews is wrong for how they did it and chopped it up and only put that part out of there because you said a bunch of positive shit about black people after the fact, but it's the fact that you're in a room full of 4 women, 4 vaginas, and you said you.
And there was also 2 black dudes in there, according to them. And here's the thing: if you're like me, and I've seen other people doing reactions to this and focusing on the negative, they can go just like I could, and they could find the whole interview. But people don't want to do their due diligence, and they don't care. They want to play the little clip that's going to make him look bad, and they want to talk shit, and they're like, oh, Mexicans can't say this. Mexicans can't say this. And you're going to tell a group of people what they fucking can't do. Do you think that's going to make them not want to say it, or do you think that's going to make them more caring and more loving and, like, build the bridge? So, I was saying, like, do you think that's going to bring the Mexican and the African-Americans together, or that's going to make them dig their heels in further and be like, oh, fuck y'all, trying to tell us what all to do? I mean, come on, bro. What's going to get the best net result?
Know there's no niggas up in there, and you say, well, shit, is there niggas around? Because if it was a real niggas around, nigga, who gonna stop you? You can't say that like that, blood, because, nigga.
Are you going to stop him? He just did it.
Is boy, yeah, niggas fight for nothing, and niggas fight for less. Niggas do this and do nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that like that, brother. Yeah, but other than that, we chicken and sauce out right now. Get off my nigga OT. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ain't gonna say can't check it, y'all gonna do nothing, but I will, and I
Sauce Walka, he's kind of a pet. He's a really good rapper, and he's holding Texas down, but I'm not fucking with his opinion on this. So if y'all are getting here late, we'll watch the thing one more time. We have a few other things that are not directly talking about this, but kind of somewhat related. And then we might get out of here a little short. But if y'all are in the comments, if y'all are watching, y'all get in the chat and let me know what y'all think. If y'all see the rebroadcast, y'all let me know what y'all think. And yeah, we probably got a couple more videos, maybe another 20-ish minutes, and then we'll kind of get out of here. Kind of a short one today.
Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I wish there was some black dudes in here.
There are. Will
behind you. And there's one right here. Not.
Okay, well, we're gonna use him. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family. And it's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody out black, I mean, well, shit, it's what the fuck I was surrounded by, you know? Like, I respect people that they feel that way, and that's why I try to shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
But
See, Sauce didn't talk about that. I try to respect things. That's why I try to shut the fuck up about it.
if you're from where I'm from, or anywhere.
But it's like he's been saying the N-word in his music. How come Sauce Walka, the last time they were together, he didn't check him for it? He didn't pull him aside and say, hey, little bro, maybe you should move this way, or maybe you should blah, 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 blah. It was not an issue until it got brought up, and other people started focusing on the negativity of it, and then Sauce Walka's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And he's just spreading more negativity. So there's so many ways this could have gone different and better if you really cared about it, if it was really near and dear and true to your heart, etc. Like, come on, bro.
What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
What the fuck did Sauce Walka do about it up to this point? Nothing. What the fuck is he gonna do when he sees him again? Nothing. Come on, bro. Not that I want him to, but it's just like a bunch of talk. So let's see. This is kind of a separate thing that I just saw come up, and I kind of want to see this because we were just talking about OT, we were talking about Sauce, and this is Mexican OT and Johnny Dang talking about the collab tape with Sauce Walka, and I haven't seen this little clip yet, so let's watch it together and kind of get our opinions on it.
Real life.
That Mexican OT just exposed why his collab with Sauce Walka didn't hit like it should have, and it wasn't his fault.
I mean, I dropped the project with Sauce, and I love Sauce Walka. Sauce Walka is a beautiful representation of Texas. I don't really care for the project.
In a recent interview, that Mexican OT said he dropped the project with Sauce Walka, and while he's got nothing but love for Sauce himself, he didn't really care for the project. Why? Because Sauce's team made major changes without even telling him, removing verses, switching up beats, and even failing to credit his producer scales on one of the best tracks. OT admitted he was blindsided by it all.
No, because I was definitely blindsided. 'Cause it just didn't get the time and the push that it deserved.
He made it clear, no beef with Sauce, just disappointment in how it was handled. And
Yeah, there was something about that thing. It just didn't hit as hard as it could have, and it didn't get the push. So I don't know why, but I don't know. Anyway,
went into detail saying Sauce does not take rap seriously and gets why he did what he did. What do y'all think? Should
That's interesting. Now, I haven't saw this or seen this. I kind of saw that Woody, shout out to the Tap In podcast. I saw that he was talking about African American and Mexican relations. I don't know if it was kind of pushed by the fact that this was news or if it was just kind of based on like the ICE raids and kind of the colored people supporting each other and whatnot. But let's kind of get Woody's take on the minorities kind of supporting each other and sticking together.
So, can we support it? Yes.
Hold on.
When I look at the voting, though, move it. I'm sorry.
Difficult to work with, can see no point.
I'm gonna talk about a couple.
So, by the way, y'all go support. Can't even talk. Y'all go support Young Woody. Hashtag Tap In Podcast. If y'all don't know, he's a local Austin dude, real cool dude. Has his YouTube channel where he is doing, and he's on Facebook and Instagram as well, where he 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, he does only local Austin and maybe kind of outside Austin, like Central Texas, but pretty much mainly focused in Austin. He does kind of like a radio station 3 times a week where he goes like an hour or 2 and he plays only local Austin music and kind of gives the local artists their chance to expose themselves and get new fans. And he's very cool, very open to people sending him music through his email, and he says he'll play anything, and that seems to be true. He lets the people decide what they want to hear, what they like, and just really good organic thing. I really fuck with it. And like I said, y'all go support him. Y'all go check out the channel. It's cool if you're coming home from work or already home from work on a Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday night when you're kind of chilling, vibing. You can turn this on, have some good Austin music, and kind of learn about some new things. Or if you're a local Austin artist or producer or something, this will give you a chance to network, tap in, and do your thing, support the city, and I really see the vision, and I really support what he's doing. So y'all go check him out. Y'all subscribe to his YouTube channel, and he's even getting into a few little how would you say? Damn, what was I gonna say? Kind of like social topics. Kind of what I do here on the channel too. So let's see what he has to say about this, and then we'll kind of give our opinion.
Couple things, man, I've been wanting to talk about for a second, dog. I'm finna pull these emails up because I'm letting y'all know, I'm letting y'all know as soon as I'm done talking about what I'm finna talk about. Please, in the comments, please weigh in on what I'm finna talk about because I want to hear your opinions on it. Chan, I'm letting you know right now, I hope these are the MP3s and these are not something I'm gonna have to request for, because if it is, just know you better be on this damn live or I'm roasting you. I'm roasting the dog shit out of you when I have to send this. Now, all right, so I've been asked to talk about this about 5-6 times, and I'm not gonna lie, most of the time I wasn't gonna talk about it, but I am now. I'm gonna talk about it right now. I don't ever in life want to talk about black and brown unity in my existence. Nigga, I live in Texas. This is Mexico. I got Mexican partners. I got Mexican friends. I have Mexican families that I've grown up with. You're not gonna get no hate coming from me. You're not. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start there because a lot of people they really stupid on they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you niggas is stupid. Like, you niggas is dumb. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, if you come to Texas and you have Mexican hate, you either as bold as white people are, or you're stupid. And even white people know not to be that stupid. That even they know that's stupid. Like, they gonna let that shit out politically or other shit like that. No, that shit don't fly around here, dog. On this channel, even just me as a person, bro, I don't play that shit, dog. Bro, where I'm from, black folks and Mexican folks will check you when you on that house shit. So it don't matter if you're in a public setting. It doesn't matter if you're in a professional setting. I know black people and Mexican people that will get on your ass. It ain't even racial. They'll just get on your ass. Now, I know people that have been to jail and they feel very strongly in their beliefs because in jail, it's very territorial. You got blacks, you got whites, you got Mexicans, and they have to stick together for their fucking livelihood, for each individual section. Now, sometimes black and Mexicans are cool in certain prisons. Sometimes white and Mexicans are cool in certain prisons. Sometimes black and white cool in certain prisons. But that shit real, that threat is real, and how people move is real. But in reality, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, inside the Mexican community, they got things they gotta address. But that's not for me to speak on. And wait,
Come on, speak on it.
Say nigga when they do it. Facts. No, real talk, Joe D. Real shit. So I'm not here to, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Y'all never gonna hear me get on my platform or anybody's platform and just rag a community.
I will say this real quick. I am a person who thinks, oh, if you're not in that community, you can't talk about that community. He's talking about Black/African Americans and Mexican Americans and their unity/and/or division. And here I am, a white man, giving my opinion on it. I'm never gonna let a certain group, whether it be women or politicians or the African American community or the Mexican community, have something going on. I'm like, oh, I'm not part of that group, I'm not gonna talk about it. To me, that's lame. That's how we don't build. That's how we don't grow. And that's how we stay closed off. That's like saying, oh, you're not in politics. You're not a politician, or you don't vote. You can't talk about politics. That is fucking stupid. That is fucking stupid. So, just to draw a comparison there, just because you don't support the system and don't vote doesn't mean you can't criticize the system and show where there's weaknesses and where it can be better and change people's minds that do still vote and support it and get a movement going. So with that being said, you can still have good dialogue, you can still be respectful, you can still change people's minds, and you can still spark a conversation. So just because you're not part of said community does not mean you can't have opinion on said community. No one has to listen to your opinion, but if it's respectful, if it's done out of love, and you have a good point, why wouldn't they? And they're going to notice that, and you might have a good idea that they say, hey, he's a white dude, but damn, he had a good point about that. Or maybe not. You could say I'm dumb and the point was stupid. But I always want to encourage the dialogue, and I always want to be based in love and truth so that we can all learn and grow together and stay open-minded. That's what this channel's about. That's what I fucking love to do, and I'm never going to stop. I would rather die than stop doing that. And again, it's about truth and love. So I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to keep the dialogue open and be open-minded and stuff. I'm repeating myself now, but I would rather die than not be able to do that. That's what's in my heart, and I love it. So, if y'all disagree, if y'all have different opinions, if y'all have a different perspective, want to hear from you, of course, as well. So y'all get in the chat. There's no one watching right now, but if y'all see the rebroadcast, hell is that? If y'all see the rebroadcast, get in there and tell me if you agree with something, if you have a different thought, or if you disagree with something. I'd love to hear it. And yeah, let's listen to what else Woody has to say real quick.
But inside of the Mexican community, they have things, colorism within their own community, they have to address. But that's not for me to say. That's for them to say and for them to address and move how
you just said it, big homie, but that's good. That's good. It's good to speak on it.
Their community needs to move. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know I got nothing but love. Like, real shit. Last night, I had Berea tacos and I had some torchy tacos too. So, like, it went down. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the Mexican community. You can't. I can't act like my life is not intertwined. Nigga, I live in Texas. I'm born and raised in Austin. Like, this is, hey, you can't move this any other way with me. You feel me? What you say, Rekka? Facts. Mexicans who hate on blacks sound even dumber in my opinion. Like, for real, like, I'm not finna sit here and by the way, if y'all can't see on Instagram or YouTube and Rekka is of the Latino, you know what I'm saying, diaspora. So that's real shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really fuck with it because it's not my conversation to have. Now, am I finna get out here and protest about the immigration way? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I can't. And the reason why I can't is because I'm a man of facts. I like to look at facts and then look at how everything happened before I make a decision. Well, if I look at the voting numbers across the Latin community, that's the Cuban, the Puerto Rican, the Mexican, the Central American of, you know what I'm saying? He said, nah, G, torches is Caucasian activity. No, you didn't hear what I said. I said I had Berea tacos and I had torches.
But that's facts. Torchy's not really authentic Mexican at all. It's a white California version of taco. So Jody's right with that.
I know what I said, Joe D. Run the film back. You can rewind it and come back live. Yeah, rewind it. I said Berea tacos and torchies. So you are correct on the Caucasian activity. You are correct. But I was right the first half. I was definitely right the first half. That's hilarious. But
oh man,
when I look at the voting numbers, I look at it and I say, well, shit. Hell, they community voted for this. Oh, that was shit. And shit, Trump and them wasn't really talking about it. They wasn't hiding it. They said they were going to do this shit. So, for me, it's like, damn, am I cool with how they doing it? Fuck no. I'm not cool with none of that shit. I want to be clear about that. I'm not cool with people getting it, people that go, man, like, you know what's fucked up? This is going to be real shit. It'd be one thing if these vicious motherfuckers they talking about they deporting, if they were deporting them from a trap house. They were picking them up around drugs. They were doing criminal activity. They running up on niggas at work. They running up on Mexicans at work, bro. They real shit. Yeah. They are really running up on people at work, their kids at school. Bro, there's nothing humane about that shit. Bro, everybody know America's on stolen land. There's nothing humane or American about that, bro. And yeah. I don't get me wrong, like, I'm as a person that's black, I'm not gonna sit here and act like you took jobs that necessarily black folks won't. That's why there's a plug.
Yeah, well, yeah, white people white people don't want to work blue collar hard jobs either. So it's not like they're really stealing the jobs. I think that's kind of a fiction, a fantasy thing, but
that's why they dominate in those fields because
nobody else wants to do it.
Oh, like their jobs that motherfuckers is not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Nobody else wants to be framers and roofers and all the hard shit like building houses. I'm an electrician. I've been in new construction. Those hard trades, the framers, the concrete workers, the roofers, the sheetrockers, nobody else wants to do that shit. So facts. I agree with what he's saying here.
And like, that's just real talk. You feel me? So right now,
construction road workers are, I would say, 90% Hispanic as well. Nobody wants that those jobs.
Now you gotta understand, like, it's a gray area. And then on top of that, our stupid ass government can't wait to see a crowd of black people. You saw how quick that fool brought out the Marines. Could you imagine what they would have did to our ass if that crowd would have been like real talk? So I don't blame black people for sitting back and playing this from a different perspective. And I don't blame them for it because that's how I felt. So can we support it? Yes. Can we bring awareness and attention to your cause? Yes. Do I hope they get a better immigration system so you motherfuckers don't have to be immigrants? Yes.
Yeah.
But am I hateful towards you? No. Am I applauding your cause? Yes. Please do it safely. Please make it home back to your families. And if you can stay as safe for you as you can away from ICE, I pray you can do that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no snitch, so I ain't no person that's gonna be like, oh, he's not. I ain't one of them guys. I don't play like that. I come by street code. If they catch it, they catch it. Hey, but I ain't gonna be the one to point a motherfucker out. That
Yeah,
ain't
that's
me. I
fucking
ain't part of
lame.
that. So that's how I feel about that situation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like how this is going right now. What they call it, thoughts and prayers. Hope everybody stays safe. You know what I'm saying? I hope ain't nobody getting just deported just to be deported type shit. A lot of hateful shit going on, and I hope your families are safe, and I hope y'all stay safe.
Mm.
Now, the reason why you see me, because our country seemed to have lost that, that little orange motherfucker that seemed to lost his goddamn rabbit ass mind. And we finna talk about it for a sec. Yeah. We finna talk about it for a sec because it's one thing to start conflict. It is another thing to start an entire global threat, global situation. I'm not one to sit here and, believe the gaslighting and all the hoopla, but I think I need everybody to really kind of listen to what this. And I tell you, weigh in, because I'm not playing the music until I'm done talking about this. I mean this with every bone in my fucking body. Yo, like real shit. If a matter of 72 hours, no, I'm gonna take it back longer than that. All right, y'all. Y'all gotta understand how the world works and then how my brain works. I come from a place that if you punch a motherfucker in his face, you can't cry when that said motherfucker didn't punch you back. You cannot do that where I'm from. Like, that does not.
Okay, this is more talking about the war and stuff, which I'm definitely not against covering, but maybe when I cover more of that stuff again, we'll kind of go over his perspective on this. But I think I kind of got his views relevant to the whole Mexican OC saying the N word and kind of the unity / division going on with the African Americans and Mexicans or Mexican Americans. So maybe I'll come back to this point and review it whenever I am talking about the war, because I definitely wouldn't mind hearing what he has to say. But just for the sake of staying on topic, and honestly, I think that's where I'm gonna end the stream off right there. I am gonna preview this song real quick by Fake Smiles, aka Chance Hoops. Y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel, Fake Smiles. I have not heard this song yet. It's only an hour old. So let's check out the song and then we'll kind of end off the stream. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And this is my first time hearing it, so let's see. He's another local Austin hip hop artist. And yeah, y'all go support. He's doing a lot of shows in Austin. And you could probably find out about that on Instagram. I'm not as active on Instagram as I should be. Shame on me. But y'all go check out Fake Smiles on Instagram. Y'all can find him somewhere in the city. And I'm also trying to push Woody. Not that he's gonna listen to me necessarily. I'm not one of his, I'm not gonna act like I'm super inner circle with him. But my thing and my suggestion and my push for him is to at least a little segment on his streams to kind of talk about the shows and really quick kind of like outline the shows coming up in the city that he knows about, to just kind of spread the love more and get more people involved and get more fans out to the shows and just kind of support the whole Austin hip hop movement. So, anyway, let's watch this music video and then we'll get out of here.
Tracks in the forest, creep slow, don't try. Y'all couldn't hold me back, I'm always ready for a riot. Drop point by my wrist, you floating if I'm gliding. What you wish you couldn't get, white chalk around your body.
I wonder if this is recorded live or this is like the studio version with just like a live video. But either way, it's not too bad. And I think Chance does a lot more of his songs with live performance in mind. So they might not be like perfect studio renditions. And he used to be more in the hip hop, but he also experiments with more genres than that, which I'm a pretty hardcore hip hop rap fan. So some of this might not be my forte, but I'm definitely gonna support the homie and definitely support what he's doing, following his dreams and being artistic, and I fuck with it. So
So why would I run when I'm walking on nails? Detached and you're pulling my strings. I don't exist anymore. Give up, give me all of your things. There's nothing else to explore. Why won't you leave me alone? In my heart I am ignored. I just need one last wish. Then I'm declaring the war.
oh, come on, video guy.
I'm already gone, and the mirrors are hell.
I think where's Chance? I'll see him in the video.
When I'm walking on nails, you could have fixed me, and it hurts to try. My stuff grizzly.
That's definitely his voice. I just don't see him on the stage, which is weird.
Starbucks, Falcon, barrel rolls in the sky. Mayday, I'm fried. Mayday, I'm fried. Mayday, I'm fine. Fine, fine, fine. I'm seeking out voices away from time. Deities are enemy, my darkness divine. I'm already gone,
Okay.
and the mirrors are hell. So why would I run when I'm walking on nails? Whirlpool emotions, I can't be open to the possibility of dreaming slow motion. All faceless, torching the ocean. That's the love potion, that's the love potion. You couldn't fix me and it hurts to try. You know I'm empty and weak enough to lie. You read me ghosted, left me toasted. Didn't you notice I could die?
See, the verses were still more rappy, which I fuck with. So cool little song. I fuck with it. I'd like to hear like a little bit more fine-tuned studio version, but yeah, I fuck with it. And I'm eager to see what he's doing in the future and follow his career. So Chance is the homie. Again, y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Check him out on Instagram. Y'all can find him live in Austin. He always does live performances. He brings the energy to the stage. He's got some real soulful and like heartfelt tunes. So y'all go check out Fake Smiles. Really good dude, really cool. Met him through Joey, aka Mr. Joe Games. So he's the homie, and support what he does for sure, for sure. And yeah, that's how we'll end off the stream. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of the topic. And of course, if y'all see the rebroadcast, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about the topic, my opinions, whether you agree, disagree, have your own thoughts, and any constructive criticism for my stream that you'd like to see, new topics, new segments, anything like that, or anything I could brush up on the technical end. Always here for it. And I appreciate anyone who tunes in. You know, word of mouth is still the best way to share things that you like. So if you like what I'm doing here, go tell somebody, and appreciate y'all. And on a side note, G Dollar is supposed to be dropping some music that he had, but it was on DatPiff, and it got taken when DatPiff got taken down. That music kind of like disappeared. But he's supposed to be re-dropping a couple of his albums soon, so get some of that good music out to the people. And I've been bugging him and Shine about a show that Shine and I think Steve-O the Don have this weekend. They haven't got back to me, but hopefully they will. Saturday there's supposed to be an NFL hip hop show, so maybe y'all look forward to that. And I think that's it. Yeah, and again, shout out to the Tap In Podcast and Young Woody. Y'all go subscribe to him on YouTube. And he streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. It's like a live local Austin hip hop radio where he does local acts. And you can even send in your stuff to him to play if you're a local rapper, hip hop artist, or R&B. So yeah, I think that's it for today. And maybe I'll have a stream soon where we can go over something else. But this was kind of a good, like more of a social topic instead of like a politics thing. And yeah, let me know what y'all thought. But I appreciate y'all. And until next time, I'm LOG from Where There's Smoke.